And what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Chris Aiken Presents. I, of course, am Chris Aiken. That dude right there, that is Erik Ferentinos. And Erik, how we doing today, my friend?
Doing awesome.
That's good.
I heard you're not doing as awesome, but
Well, I'm going to start positive. I'll get to the negative, but since I got you all thinking that, since I got you specifically thinking I was going to come in here raging and spitting fire, I'm going to start with a very, 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 very positive thing, and even you'll admit this is a very positive thing, for my lovely state of Ohio. Do you know what today is?
man, they legalized it there, right?
It is legal today, baby. They opened up the dispensaries all around me. All around. There was about 30 dispensaries selling marijuana for rec use all around me. It is a great day. It's a fantastic day. I'm going to tell you, I did not go out today and buy any weed for two reasons, which I will get into. The first one we'll get into in a minute. The second reason, and I think you'll be able to appreciate this the most, today, the opening day of marijuana sales, I'm going to call that rookie day. Just like I would call New Year's Eve rookie drinking day.
Right.
Today was all the losers that really don't smoke pot but are going to run to the store because they're allowed to day.
Sure.
And it was funny. I just, before we got on the air, I was watching a little bit of the news, the local news station, and they showed all these losers standing outside in line to buy their weed. And my thought, and dude, you are the professional here, the weed smoker. I'm a mere rookie that's trying to join your league, but you are the professional. So you tell me, the people that are standing outside, they are one of two things. They are either guys that don't have a good dealer or guys that think it's cool but don't know yet.
Well, as soon as this happens where they legalize the stores, there aren't any more dealers after that.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
But I'm saying up until today, these are the guys that didn't have like a regular guy.
Yeah. Yeah, probably so. I don't know what promotions they had going on, I don't know how many stores opened up, how many licenses were given out. I don't know all the details. Is there one that opened up right by you? Right.
There's one. The closest one to me is in a city called Bedford, which is maybe 5 miles from my house. I mean, it's not far. That seems to be the closest one. I will visit it before the end of the week. I can promise you that.
Right.
That I for sure am going to be.
Well, they have a lot of products, and medicinal stuff too. But you don't have to get smoke stuff. They have different edibles, and it's not all sugary stuff too. They have different caffeine bars or whatever. They have stuff you can eat to get high from. I haven't even bought like flour in a long time. Fuego says, I agree with the novice's take. If you smoke weed even semi-regularly, you are already dialed in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, as far as I remember being involved with, the selling aspect or whatever back in the day, you lose all your customers as soon as that legalizes and opened up. All the pot shops open up, and they're a good deal. You can't beat the deals. They have something for everybody there.
It's good weed. That's the other thing. It's for sure good weed.
Well, that's funny you mentioned that, because that's in the news this past couple weeks. It turns out that it's not all that great. And one of the major brands, Stizzy, I believe.
Okay.
They're a Chinese brand that's operating here, and they're huge, and they've infiltrated every store, and their stuff is definitely tested positive for pesticides and some dirty shit. And that made the news, actually, but they're huge. They're one of those companies that probably just muscles their way through the industry. But yeah, they're not giving quality stuff. I actually got an email from my shop, reassuring me that they go through all the motions of making sure your stuff's tested, but they sell those Stizzy products there too, and it got me thinking, because I would go to like the bargain bin area. Okay. They have like a bargain bin area where you could for like $100 you could buy like a whole ounce
Okay.
of flower. But I realized that maybe a lot of that's outdoor, at like well-grown outdoor, but it probably does have pesticides and weird stuff. And I was actually having some breathing like issues for a while. I have since like stopped, and I'm just doing like the cartridges now. The vape cartridges, they're way more stealthy. They don't stink the place
Sure.
up, and it does the trick. And I noticed I could breathe a lot better. There was something going on there with that, with the
Right on.
lower grade flour. So you can't. It's not for sure totally safe. You want to make sure you're going to a legit shop if you're concerned about it. But it's exciting for Ohio that it's not, a crime, and they don't have to hide it. They can. It's like going to the liquor store. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and 3 months from now it'll just be normal. It'll just be what you do. It's heading home. Let me get myself some weed and on my way and get high and be good. Now here's you're gonna love this, dude. Of course, it opens up today. It becomes legal today. Of course, one stupid city in the area says no, we're not going to let you start selling today. How can that even happen? How can a stupid city outrank a voted in thing? How can that be?
Yeah. Well, they have some sovereignty, I guess, in their little city there, some ordinance that lets them do that, or they got an excuse to delay it somehow just to show that they're not down with it, maybe.
So and again, I don't know anybody. The city is the city of Euclid for anybody that is listening from here and wants to avoid the city of Euclid if they want their weed. But I don't understand what would be the hang up to not sell it. You're just telling people, take the money you would have spent and the taxes that we would have made for our city and go one town over. Go ahead, go one town over. And
Who inhabits this town? What kind of folks live there? Is it old folks? Is it a little church and like 500 people?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, it's a direct connect suburb of Cleveland. So like you've been to Cleveland, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
But if you were at the House of Blues and you drive 3 miles east, you're going to run into Euclid. It's like the next.
Oh,
it's the next city. It's not like it's like, past the Scarecrow and take a right at the barn and you run into it. It's literally a direct suburb of Cleveland. And
well, there's a lot of money, man. I mean, California, the taxes that they rake in on a yearly basis is in the billions.
Yeah, I believe that. Well, and already Cleveland is already trying to spend it. They're already trying to spend it to build a new football stadium. Mm-hmm. One town over in Brook Park. Then they're trying to build a brand new football stadium for like $3 or $5 billion or something. Wow. So they're already spending the money, before they even have it. But I don't know. All I know is for me, I've never liked. Honest to God, this is the truth. The reason I don't smoke pot regularly is probably going to change. I'm probably going to become a huge pothead, because the only reason I don't smoke pot all the time is because I never trusted dealing with other people. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason I don't smoke pot regularly is
right.
I never really had somebody that I trusted. And, the guys that I've bought weed from in the past, they were also dealing other shit, which made me worry about, as dumb as this sounds, are they cleaning the surface that they're fucking breaking the weed up versus are they cutting it in the same place that they're cutting fucking meth
or something?
Fentanyl or what? It's like,
yeah.
I worry about that stuff because I'm not in the best of health anyway. So, right. I just didn't want any of those problems. So it was always easier for me to just, if my girl Kelly had weed, it's like, all right, I guess we're getting high. And, I trust her and I know she's smoking it ahead of me. And if I get there and she's not dead, I guess it's okay. So,
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah. And after a while, just the bad connotations that go with it kind of simmer down after a while, and people calm down and realize it's actually better than alcohol, safer than alcohol, but as accessible. And you get in and out of those stores pretty quick. At least the one I go to, March and Ash is the shop I go to, a lot further away than the one I have to go like 12 miles. I have to go all the way to Vista, San Marcos area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to get those.
Marty says all drugs should be banned, including alcohol.
But they're not. So, ha, Marty. I'm going to drink and smoke pot, and you can't do shit about it. Tough shit for you. Keep living your life straight edge like I give a fuck.
Kudos to my lady. My lady Susan's like a month of not drinking so far.
Wow. Is that on purpose or on health reasons?
Both. Well, yeah, a little both, I think. But it's good. It's a good thing. Been a lot quieter on the set. You know what I mean?
Well, I get that, dude. I'm on a. I mean, I never say that I'm not drinking because that's just silly, and I'm going to drink again. But
right.
I think for this whole year, I mean, we're into August. I think in this whole year, I've drank under 10 drinks, like 10 total drinks.
Wow,
like,
that's great.
That's beers and alcohol, and you've hung out with me before. 10 drinks is an hour.
Yeah. I hear you. What was I going to say about that? Oh, well, our medications, though, I should note that you're not supposed to be drinking on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everyone. In fact, she pointed it out. She has a blood pressure one that they gave her because she had high blood pressure, but it said about not drinking and that she follows rules in that capacity. Right. I was like, I didn't think about it. I haven't been drinking much. We're not a big drinking band anymore since Steven doesn't drink anymore.
Right.
But the few times I did, I noticed I got pretty drunk. But if you look on the labels, I'm on 5 medications for my heart stuff.
Right.
All of them tell you not to operate a vehicle. All of them cause dizziness and all this weird stuff. You're not supposed to drink. And I didn't even read all that. You know what I mean? But and this is like times 5. You know, she was concerned about the 1, but I'm like times 5. So I'm definitely not drinking anymore.
Right.
And I just do a little tighten up, you know, with this stuff. I don't get too crazy anymore. So, but I'm feeling good. I've on a health tip, I'm now like walking 5 miles a day.
Wow. Look at you.
Right. I'm doing my, push-ups and some weights, and I'm going for it, man. I'm like, for once in my life, I got to be tight and have, be back in shape. I was like looking at old stuff of me from back in the day and going, man, I looked good back then. And then you look at yourself as a 50-something-year-old and it's sad, you're like, no.
Well, dude, I mean, you don't look fat though.
Well, no, I've been out there.
I was gonna say, I see the video every week of you on stage, and you don't. I mean, you're the biggest guy in the Stephen Piercy band, I think.
Definitely.
But that being said, you're not fat. You look more like the guy that'll kick someone's ass if they jump up on stage and try and grab Stephen.
Yeah. Thank you. But I am overweight for myself. I'm 5'10". I should not weigh. You can see, Eric, you're looking well. Thank you, buddy.
There you go.
I shouldn't weigh 190 something pounds.
Stop. Those numbers are always ridiculous, dude.
I should weigh like 170 probably would be something I can hang on to. So I'm like at least still like 20 pounds overweight. And when you're on stage and they're taking photos, it adds even more. You
look healthy to me. You look like the guy. If I was going to jump on stage trying to grab Steven, I would come stage left, not stage right. That's for sure. Because
I've bashed a few people that have come on stage. That's been some years since that's happened.
I was going to say, I don't think you want to bash anybody now with that new Splon, though, do you? You don't want to hit them with that.
It's already relicked, so that's convenient if I have to. It already has like dents and chunks in it.
Yeah, I agree with Marty here. Recommended numbers are underweight. I agree. Not that I ever have to even look at that because I'm so far away from that. They'd have to cut half of me off just to get to it. But, dude, I'm supposed to weigh 155. Right. If I weighed 155, that would be a day before I drop into the casket. I didn't weigh 155 when I was a junior in high school.
Right. I'm thinking of high school. I remember weighing about maybe 160-ish, 165 maybe in like the last year of high school, like 17 years old or whatever.
Dude, you're walking 5 miles a day?
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing to worry about. I don't give a shit what the number is that you see on a scale. You're moving that's what, 10, 11,000 steps?
It's about 400 calories if you look on the meter on my everybody's got on their phone. Do you know the
steps? Do you know how many steps?
Yeah, I could look at it right now and tell you that.
It's got to be 10, 12,000 steps.
Yeah, everybody has their fitness app on the thingy-majiggy on your iPhone for activity. It says 10,523 steps today, 5.3 miles. It says 422 calories of my 270 a day goal. I kicked it up. I was doing a moderate But I live in such a gorgeous place, man. It's like, get your ass out there and go walk that 5 miles. Now, the only downside is if you're noticing a weird two-tone thing on my forehead, I got this crazy like hat tan from wearing a hat and like walking out there. I'm gonna have to like the next day or two do my walk without a hat on because it looks weird. It looks like I'm wearing a mask or something. It's bad. Hat head.
That's hilarious. Well, dude, today, as we said at the beginning of the show, today has been one of those weird days, and really not an especially good day for me. I didn't get anything done, and the reason I didn't get anything done was I had to put down the worker bee hat, and I had to become my mom's son for a day.
What?
You know, my mom had I don't want to call it major surgery. It's definitely minor surgery, but she had surgery today, and she had some back surgery, which, as anybody is aware, is sort of major, I guess. You know, I mean, it's sort of a big deal, and of course, with the surgery, you know, she tells me going into the place, like we had to go to a place out in Akron for the surgery. And she tells me, and the nurse tells me and everything, oh, it's going to be about an hour and a half. Okay, cool. It was 6 hours.
Ouch. Was there complications? What caused the delay?
They didn't really tell me. My mom didn't really tell me. She just said that it was okay, but they don't tell you nothing. And that's a problem. You know, this is what made me crazy. You know how I am. I'm not a guy to just sit. I'm not a guy to sit and watch TV and do nothing. I'm always working. So I get there, I get my mom in, she gets in. I go to leave, right, to go work in my car. I was going to make phone calls and do things in my car, whatever. Sir, you have to stay in the waiting room. I'm like, why do I have to stay in the waiting room? Well, in case there's any problems, we need you here. So I had to sit in this fucking waiting room for 6 hours.
Wow.
Oh, my God. I was so pissed off that I couldn't do anything. I mean, I did step out in the hallway and make a few calls, but I literally wasted the whole day, which makes me nuts. And then, you know, it gets done. Finally, it's done. And it was really pissing me off because people are coming in, they're going in, they're coming out. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with my mom? You know, I probably watched 25 patients go in and out today. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be, I'm going to get somebody coming out.
Was
saying,
this at a hospital or an actual doctor's office?
It was like more than a doctor, less than a hospital. You know what I'm talking about? Those
like a little clinics,
like an advanced clinic type thing. And you know, when it got past about 4 hours, I'm like, oh my God, something's wrong. You know, that's just where your brain goes. Your brain just goes, this was supposed to be 90 minutes. It's now 3 hours. You know, your brain goes, oh, there's something wrong. So I ask, and they're like, no, everything's fine. I'm like, well, what's going on? Well, you know, the doctor hasn't told us. And I'm like, well, the doctor hasn't told you. How do you know it's fucking fine?
Yeah.
You know, it's like I was just getting more and more nutty about it. And plus, I had to sit in a stupid waiting room, and I couldn't do any work. And I didn't bring headphones, so I couldn't even do that. Then I get this one lady I just wanted to strangle. She comes in. I shouldn't judge this way, but I'm going to. She's wearing the mask. She's got the she's got the mask on. The only person all day that I see with a mask on, and she wants to have a chat with me through the mask. Hey, what are you here for? Yeah, what are you here for? Oh, this place is really great. I'm like, oh my God. So then I start doing the pretending I'm working on my phone thing to try and get rid of her. You know, I don't want to say, hey, shut the fuck up. So now I'm like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing that kind of a number, trying to get rid of this lady, and she wouldn't stop talking to me. She just wouldn't. She literally just kept asking questions that I wasn't answering until she got called in. And then so she goes in, and then she comes out ahead of my mom. And then she's like, "Oh, that was a great." She literally comes right over, stands right in front of me. That was a great appointment.
Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, "This place is great, and these doctors are wonderful." And I'm like, "Oh my God, would you just leave? Just leave me alone." So fair enough. The bottom line is she's okay, which is fine.
Great news.
Yeah, I mean that was ultimately all this whining. The bottom line is it worked out as it's supposed to. My mom's fine.
Nice.
But coming home from this place is about 20 miles from my house. And as is no secret to anybody that's watching this show or any other show that I do, the one thing I don't do a lot is drive. I'm not a driver guy. I spend most of my time in the house. I literally put 4,000 to 5,000 miles on my car in a year. I don't drive a lot. We get out. And for Ohio people, I'll tell you, I got out about 4:30 this afternoon. 4:30 this afternoon, the single worst storm in the last 10 years hits my county. I couldn't fucking believe it. I'm driving home. My mom is like, "Oh, my back's a little sore." She's like, I'm trying not to hit too many bumps or anything.
Yeah.
Quite literally a tornado hit like somewhere where we were.
Wow.
There was a tornado, and I mean it was like a hurricane. I couldn't see on the highway, couldn't see at all. I'm going 25 miles an hour. Cars are on the side of the road stopped on both sides of me on a major highway. That's how hard it's raining. I'm following some big ass truck. If he goes off a bridge, I'm going with him because I couldn't see at all.
Yeah.
And I don't have driving experience like that anymore. I haven't driven in weather like that in 25 years because I just don't drive anyway.
Yeah.
So it took over an hour to get home, to get home on a 25 minute ride. I'm like, son of a bitch, and I even texted you and was like, I'm not thinking this is happening today. I was so spent between my mom and then this weather and driving through this storm. Dude, I get to my house. We get out of the car. There's a tornado siren going off. There's police sirens going. You
can hear the town has a siren?
Yeah, wow. Our town has a siren. I'm like, what the hell? I have literally gone into hell today. And I hear police sirens in the background, like something fell. Dude, at one point, the highway, I'm going to go back to the highway. I can't see for shit on the highway. Going 2-lane highway, there's a big 18-wheeler kind of on the side of me here. I see the 18-wheeler in front of me, whoom, like hard shift out because a tree fell on the highway.
Oh.
And I'm like, I barely missed it. I had to literally make a decision in like 1/10 of 1 second of gun it and hope that I don't gun it and hit left and hope I don't hit the truck on the side of me.
Right.
Or hit the tree. And I just darted left and I just barely missed the tree and I just barely missed the truck. It was crazy today, man. Just a crazy, crazy run home. And for me who does not drive, I was just like, God damn it. Like I said, I texted you when I got home and I was like, I'm done, man. I'm going to bed.
It looked like that, when you kind of like catch a whiff of what somebody's texting before you actually open it. Like I saw Chris Aiken, then it was like a lot of bad things. And I go, oh, this ain't good. And I as I'm reading, I go, he's not doing the show today, is he? And then like it gets down. But you're like, we'll do the show, but it's going to be short. And I have no brain and I can't think. Yeah. And I'm just going, well, if it's going to suck that bad, let's just not do a show.
Yeah. And I was like, no, we got to do a show. So I took a nap. For like about an hour and a half. And now I feel okay. So here we are, which is good. And
yeah, because people were a little confused.
Right.
What the strategy is that we started employing last week. First, I had got stuck, in Cleveland for a while and then ended up getting trapped in Atlanta. Was not able to get back in time for the show on Monday. And that's when we made the executive decision that we're switching the day of the Chris Aiken Presents. It is now Tuesdays, and I guess we did one Tuesday last. No, we didn't. So the first Tuesday that happened on that schedule ended up being the Fright Bite.
Yes.
So we had a ton of fun with the Fright Bite. It seems like we get even more and more people from the Caps locals every week. We get more subscribers from my Facebook page.
Right?
This is an exclusive party that thus far we've just been doing for them. Fuego says, I have no life. You need to do the show. Well,
here we are.
Fuego is part of the Fright Bites. We do see him at the Fright Bites. So he's in there. Now, the other people that love the show, you're going to need to like step up and pay the $1 and get on my subscriber page or join the locals to get that 4th week. Because the last Tuesday of the month is just the Fright Bite.
That's right.
And we love having a huge Halloween party that Tuesday. It's a fun watch along. We did a Robo Vampire.
Yeah, that was something.
If you want to catch a whiff of like what we do on this show, if you check out my Facebook, I did put like a sizzle reel together on there so people can check some of the jokes that Count Cracula cracked out.
Yeah.
And usually like I'll try to do that, put a little of the intro monologue in so people can see what they're missing out on. But the where it's at is watching it live with us.
And being part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And participating with us, because that's what's most fun is the participation. And the Count has a lot of goofy jokes, and he jokes around with you fans, and I do as well. And sometimes we have guests. Yeah, the fans have jokes. But in Robo Vampire, they had better jokes than we did.
They did.
It was fun. It was definitely a lot of fun.
We're kicking around like what one to do next. I mean, it has to check some boxes. I know some of my subscribers threw out some movies, which valiant effort on their part, but they were mentioning movies that were maybe too new or too big production. It has to be a certain kind of shit-tastic movie.
It has to look $20,000 or less.
Right. That's a good.
It can't look like a Godzilla movie.
Right.
It's gotta look like, dude, there's one and the CMS people are aware of it, but I might do it anyway, and I might get the producer on as well with us to do it, because that would be really fun. Have you ever watched the Her Name Was Krista movie?
No.
Oh yeah. We might have to do that one. That's about a guy that he's a total loser. And he's trying to get himself out there to date, and he starts dating, but then the girl kills herself, but he keeps the dead body and keeps dating the dead body.
A heartwarming.
It's warming, all right.
Nice rom-com you got going there.
Yeah. But I know with that one, we could get both the producer as well as one of the cast members to, well, Drew Fortier.
Oh yeah, of course I do.
Drew is one of the characters in it. And,
no way.
And I'm friends with James, who's the director of the movie. So that might be fun.
That could be cool. Another one we kicked around that definitely checks all the boxes. Stars My Boss.
Yes.
And it's called Camp Utopia.
Yes. We need to look into it. We got to find that one first.
Right.
The only place I found it was Amazon, and I'm like, well, we might just buy it. It might be worth the
I own it, so I was thinking I might be able to rip it somehow. I might be able to put it into my drive here and somehow rip it out to the computer and send it to you.
We'll have to see if there's any kind of software to rip it.
I haven't done that in years. I don't think it's like a highly protected DVD or something.
Probably.
You know what I
mean? Probably not. Yeah, but yeah, so we are working on the new Fright Bite. We will get it. I would say by next week we'll have an announcement, don't you think?
Right. Mm-hmm. That will be able to tell you what the movie's going to be and get the link ready and all that good stuff. So that'll take the place of the 4th Chris Aiken week.
Yeah. So if you're not a payer, you're not a watcher.
That's right.
It's that simple.
And this all came down to the fact that you guys suck at doing super chats. We haven't seen $1 out of any.
That's right. Guys. No super chat.
Like you think we got nothing better to do than entertain you.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Yeah.
All the super chats on Rumble will be discussed. Come on now. Dude, is your computer fucking up?
Is mine? Is it? Mine
Is
feels
mine?
okay. Yours is slightly glitchy, but not too bad.
What the hell is...
Oh, what?
Surprise, Chris Aiken. It's your old friend. Back again with another riddle. You didn't think you saw the last of me, did you? No. I'm back with a vengeance. And another riddle that I'm sure you'll fail at solving. Mr. Aiken, still trying to pass yourself off as a real podcaster. Oh, and that chump co-host of yours who brings nothing to the table. Except his stupid characters that no one gets. Well, he's gonna have to watch you struggle today. Okay, Mr. Aiken. You know the rules. I have a package that was sent to you. I trust you have it there. If you cannot solve the riddle in 10 seconds, you will have to eat whatever is in the package that I sent you. And there's no getting out of this. There's no not doing the riddle. You'll have to solve it correctly. You can't not play. You'll be forced to eat it either way. So, here we go. Get it wrong, and you'll be smacked with the sugar. Here we go. What runs but never walks? What murmurs but never talks? What has a bed but never sleeps? What has a mouth but never eats?
Are you kidding me?
Sugar smack.
I have no idea on this. Are you shitting me? I didn't get a package, though, from Sugar Smack. I don't know what he's talking about. I
didn't get a pack.
No,
Didn't?
I don't have any package from Sugar Smack.
Wait,
I don't know what's going on. I gotta lay a guess in here. I don't know. Jesus, I don't know. Has a bed? I don't know. A brothel. I don't know the answer. A brothel.
Okay.
That's my answer.
A brothel.
No! Oh, that was a valiant effort, Chris, but no. Wrong again. The answer is river. What runs but never walks, murmurs but never talks, has a bed but never sleeps, has a mouth but doesn't eat? You're so stupid. River bread, river mouth. Come on. You suck. Anyways, you failed as per the usual. So now you're gonna have to eat whatever's in the package. But listen, buddy. I did you a favor. I know you're always complaining. You don't like sugar. So I said something special. I think you're gonna like it. I mean, you like sour cream and onions, right? You like bacon and cheese, right? I'm sure you like salt and vinegar, right? Well, don't worry, because what you have to eat today, it's made out of what you hear every time you try to crack a joke on your show. Crickets! Bon appetit.
I don't like the sugar smack. Hey, what are you doing in my fucking house? What are you doing in my fucking house? What the shit?
What? Just get a special delivery there, Chris?
What's he doing in my fucking house?
He's magical, man.
Did you give Sugar Smack my address, Eric? What the hell? What's he doing in my fucking house? Son of a bitch. Lucky I didn't have time to grab the gun. I'd have put a fucking sugar hole in Sugar Smack. Son of a bitch. All right. Apparently I do have a green screened out Sugar Smack. Let's see what I'm gonna be tortured with today. Why didn't he ever torture you? I don't like Sugar Smack. What do we got here? Oh my god, 3 packs or whatever this is. All right, these. Come on now. Are you shitting me?
What do we got today? What do we got?
Oh my god.
Looks like a sampler. We're doing a sampler today.
Oh, yum. I am really gonna throw up.
What is it?
We've got 3 boxes of dried crickets. I guess Sugar Smack's not going to put the sugar in me here. Can you see them at all?
Yeah, I can see. I believe I see the crickets. Are they different flavors at least? Is that what he was saying?
There's salt and vinegar. There's sour cream and onion. And there's bacon and cheese.
Which one are you going to eat first?
What do you mean first?
Well, you got the riddle wrong, so you have to. I mean, I don't know if you have to eat all of that stuff, but you have to at least eat a cricket out of each box.
I'm gonna try the bacon and cheese cricket. Here it is.
Bacon and cheese cricket.
I fucking hate Sugar Smack.
Hey man, at least he didn't send you any sweets that you hate.
Oh, this is better, right? Dead fucking bugs. Much better to eat dead fucking bugs than candy. Ew. This is really gross.
I love that you're a man of honor that's doing it.
I'll do it.
Hold that up to the camera. Hold that up to the camera.
I'll put it on the camera. Hold on. How do I make me full screen here? There it is. There he is.
That's big. Looks pretty big.
It's got a
What's
head
it smell
on
like? Its head's on it
No,
still.
no smell on it, but
No smell.
All right, fuck it. All right, haha, Sugar Smack. That really didn't taste that bad.
All right.
It tastes like, honestly, like a peanut.
Nice. And is there some nutritional facts on the back of the box or anything?
4.3 calories. No fat, no sodium, no carbohydrates. 1% protein.
Nice.
Sounds like I could eat a whole bunch of these.
You should. So the flavors said that tasted like a little dry. You're welcome to get something to drink with this if you don't have some. Okay, cool. He didn't have any rules about not drinking anything.
Yeah. All right, let's try the sour cream and onion. I'm a man of my word, man.
You are. I dig that.
I would not, as much as Sugar Smack can die in a fire, as far as I'm concerned, I will honor the commitment. If I take the challenge, I'll honor the commitment.
Plus, he knows where you live.
That's true, too. I don't like that. Next time he shows up, I'm going to be ready. All right, this is a sour cream and onion cricket right here. Let's give that a whirl. I'm gonna lie, it tastes like the bacon and cheese.
It's similar.
Very
Not much
similar.
of a difference. Yeah, you definitely have to clean the pellet between
Yeah, they're a little
crickets.
They're like crunchy. They're not as like you would expect it to have a texture, like a sort of a goo texture. These are very dried out.
Sure, they're baked.
They're
clearly
definitely
baked.
Yeah, they're definitely baked. Where's the third one? Oh, here it is. All right, this one is salt and vinegar.
Okay.
That'd be all right if it had some salt taste to it. Because the first two taste like a. You ever eat some of those like bland chips, like bland sun-baked chips?
Right, some healthy ones or something.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's what those taste like.
I was interested to know if this salt and vinegar one has more sodium than the other boxes, since it has it in the title.
Well, let's see. It does not. It's all zeros and 1% protein.
So it's just something that tastes like salt that's not salt?
Apparently.
It's weird, right?
Let's get a nice big one out of here. See, you wouldn't do this at all, would you?
If I had to, if I lost a bet, I probably would do it.
Here's this one. In fact,
Okay.
I'm going for 2.
Nice.
What do you think of that?
Nice.
I'll go for 2.
Joke's on you, Sugar Smack. These
Yeah,
are
fuck.
delicious.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but here's 2 of them. I'll go with the 2. 2 crickets, salt and vinegar crickets.
Double shot.
Oh, those are salty. Ew, I got the head in my teeth.
Oh. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely have a lot of salt in that one.
Yeah,
I
how
don't
can it
bel-
say no salt sodium on the back when it clearly has salt? Like, what else
It
would you
definitely
use?
is salt. Yeah.
What would you use to make something taste like salt? What chemical would work like that?
I don't know.
And they'd have to tell you if it had something else in it, right?
You would think so, but gee, I don't know. They're selling fucking baked crickets. I can't imagine they'd lie.
I think Sugar Smack got those on Amazon if anyone's interested in replicating the experiment, flavor
I am going to
experiment.
put these away for now. But I did my. Do we
That's
agree
fair.
that I did my duty here?
Yeah, it looks like you ate 5 crickets. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yeah. I mean, that's. Man, the one that fell out the bag is blowing around here. He's trying to jump free.
It's blowing in the wind.
He's trying to get loose. But yeah, haha. Sucks to be you, Sugar Smack. I'll be honest, the crickets tasted better than the fucking sugar shit that you normally send me.
Honestly, you probably should have pretended it was bad.
Why? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna send me worse?
Well, I mean, is he going to send you
Worms?
something like? Well, I don't know, but if you're into these insects, if you like eating bugs, then maybe
I
he's
don't,
not
but
gonna
I
go that
mean-
way.
I've done it before when it's in combat leadership course and ranger training and all that
It
shit.
seems like he doesn't like you very much at all. Or
Well,
your
that's
show.
mutual.
Yeah. He doesn't like me. He doesn't like the show. He's
Yeah.
got terrible things to say.
Yeah. Well, haha. Joke's on him. That one didn't kill me.
Well, bravo, Chris, for
Look at that. Champion. Champion.
you are the champion, my
That's
friend. Ba-da-dum, dum, and you eat those crickets till the end.
They do have a funk of an aftertaste, though. I will say that there's like a chalky aftertaste to it.
Chris, you got something right here. Little cricket leg. You got
Yeah,
cricket
here's
leg
a
there.
cricket head. Little cricket head in the beard.
Hey man, you got a cricket head in your tooth.
All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
Sell some picks.
All right.
Sell some Chris Aiken Presents bullshit. And then we'll come back. We'll talk about something else. And
Chris will wash his mouth out.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we'll be back in a minute, so hang tight. It is Chris Aiken Presents.
It's the limited edition 6-pick set from Eric Ferrantino's. Get your autograph set today at ericpicks.cmspn.com. $25 includes first class shipping.
The biggest and the best heavy metal radio station is CMS Network Now. With over 5,000 heavy metal songs from all the subgenres and eras of metal, it ranges far more than almost any station broadcasting today. You can also listen to great radio shows like Charlie Kendall's Metal Shop, the shows of the CMS Network, and even the full episodes of the Classic Metal Show with the music. Visit CMS Network now at www.cmsradio.net or on the CMS Network app in both the iOS or Android stores. There's no need to listen anywhere else for the best heavy metal ever created.
And right back here on Chris Aiken Presents, it's Chris Aiken and Erik Ferentinos. And I will quickly say thank you to Shelly Rocks in the locals chat who said, "Well done, Chris, you brave man." Come on. I've told the stories before, that when I was in Korea especially, I ate anything. I ate live squid. I ate fucking monkey. I didn't care. I'll try anything once. And the crickets, they look grosser than they are.
Right.
That's kind of the mystery of it, is you're just so used to being like, ew, a cricket, and like it's dead in a box.
It would take me about 24 hours before I was like, hey man, you gonna eat the rest of those? I mean, if this poop hits the fan, I'm gonna be eating a lot of weird stuff too.
I hear you. I definitely hear you, man.
I got to show you this. We did the KLOS.
Yes, somebody said you
week.
kicked ass. Look at that.
Oh, thank you. KNS, I appreciate it, bro. That was a weird thing. I kind of forgot we were kind of doing it. We had done those other gigs, and then this one was just tied on, and it was local in the sense I just had to drive up to Los Angeles, which is about a 2-hour drive. But we didn't know much. I didn't know what songs we were going to be playing for this. I didn't know exactly what it was. Hey, are they going to be broadcasting it live? Steven did mention that they had a studio or something and that he had done something like this before, and it was great. So I didn't know what to expect. I drove up with my stage clothes on, which I'm glad I did because we just had like a backstage, one room backstage where everybody was in. I did post some of this backstage stuff on my subscriber page. And I also put some live footage up on my Facebook and the subscriber page from the KLOS performance. It ended up being a really cool thing. It was pretty much like doing a television show.
Yeah.
Basically, when I got there, they had the TV cams up on the stands, different dudes operating cameras, and they had a full sound technician teams and lighting and all this. I went, oh my God, this is like a real thing. Okay. I was thinking it was more audio for some reason. I knew there was going to be a studio audience, but it was really cool how they did it. They had like a Carl's Jr. food truck to feed everybody. Right. These are all radio listeners that listen to KLOS and Honda Rock Room. These are all fans of the radio station that won tickets, and so they got fed while they were there. It was
that's nice.
And then they let them into the they gave him a gift bag too, I think, and then they got let into the room. And Matt Penfield from MTV days, I'm not sure if he must be working for KLOS obviously as well now, but he did a full interview beforehand with Steven that was really cool, like an audience got to ask him some questions and all that. And then the band came out. We played like 6 songs. Steven called out the songs we were going to do. And I don't know, it worked. It was a good time. The crowd had fun. Got some good video out of it.
And the video is great. I watched this video. We can show a little bit of it if you want to. We don't have to. It's up to you. But video was great. I thought it was very, very good. And you guys sounded excellent. And, I watched the whole thing. I thought it was really good.
Good. The reason I brought it up is because while I was there, I said, hey, why don't I remember last year, I gave Ink Against Cancer a guitar. We did an auction, right? And it was a successful auction, and we raised some funds. They're a great foundation that helps cancer warriors. Folks, families that are going through hard times like this, sometimes it's the breadwinner is going through treatments, can't be at work, what have you. Who knows?
Sure.
They have their trials and tribulations, and Ink Against Cancer helps them to get through. And it's a really great charity. And we had so much fun doing that. I got more of these guitars, so I'm going to try to do something like this every year.
Okay.
Now the only issue would be getting a guitar for them to sign. So the fact that we were doing a local show at the KLOS Mall, this is a great chance
Sure.
to go up. So as you can see, and we don't have to full screen it, this is fine like this. I got Stephen Piercy signed that with his 2024. We got Blas Elias, who we love so much. He's a great addition to the band. And we have Matt Thorne on bass. Mickey Rat Matt Thorne wrote Back for More and some other cool Rat songs you probably didn't even know he was involved in. We got the Johnny Monaco, and of course your buddy, co-host of Chris Aiken Presents.
That's
Mr.
right.
Eric Ferentinos, right? This is one of my upgraded Kramer Beretta guitars where I put a good pickup in and a speed knob. And Chris is like, why do you do all that? It's just going to be on somebody's wall. But I did it because it just adds value to it, where you go, hey, man, even without the autographs, this is worth probably $400 or $500.
Sure.
So make sure you start the bidding there.
That's right. Yeah, don't be bidding $50, you cheap shits.
Yeah, no, the guy was super stoked that got it last year. That he had the winning bid, and he was super stoked. You could tell he was somebody that collected memorabilia like that, and he had other autographed guitars. And they do end up on the fans' walls. But if he does happen to take it down, it sounds great, and I wired a great pickup in there, and that's just to add to the fun. But we're doing it again. So I made a little announcement. I gave a sneak peek of the guitar. The auction will probably take place in October. I like to build it up for a while and let me, bring awareness to their charity for a bit, and then we'll put it up. I'll mail it to them, and then they can. I think last year they were able to conduct some type of auction where you were able to text a phone number and they tell you where you are in the auction and stuff, and it worked out.
Well, we'll get them on again, too, to talk about it when it's live.
That's right. Once they get the guitar, we'll bring them on to talk about it, and then we'll be the auction will come to a close probably that week, and somebody will have an awesome Stephen Piercy's Rat 2024 lineup signed Kramer Beretta.
Something cool for the wall or for playing if you so choose. And
that's right, and you're helping out families all over the place. They fly all over and help people. So.
And Lord knows today, everybody needs a little help. Jesus. Mm-hmm. I didn't see anything about the market today. Did the market continue to take a shit today? Or
right, I see that. And I don't have anything to do with the stock market personally.
I don't really either.
I know my dad back in 2008, had that caused him to have to move, his whatever moves he was doing. It crashed so hard that he was like, hey, it's been nice being your dad, but I gotta skedaddle to the other side of the country and start over somewhere else.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, it could be, if you're really wrapped up in that, it could be a bad deal.
Yeah, I think and again, I'm speaking as somebody that does not have I have a little money in the market, but not enough to where I sit there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm down 2 points today. I gotta do so. I'm not that kind. I just have some stuff that I just let ride forever. And eventually, if I get totally broke, I'll cash it out. I'm one of those guys. Whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, I've always heard that you just ride it out. You're always going to have these weird, especially in political points, political campaigns and whatnot. There's always some manipulation of this bullshit to get the right candidate into place and blah blah blah. And I've seen that already. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I see it on all the conspiracy theories, is that they're manipulating this right now so that they can force the Fed to drop the interest rates, so that going into the election they could say that the cackling camel is doing good things with the economy, and therefore we need to keep her in to keep her going. That's
interesting. As you know, I've said many times I'm an avid Reddit guy.
Yes.
And the bots on there and the social engineering going on there is really bad. It's pretty. I had to join ones that aren't so political, because especially in the conspiracy world, and it's just, even on the regular news ones, which I'm not even signed up for, but they still show it to me, which is a sign of that. Where like I didn't ask to sign up for this subreddit. They're showing me news articles from these ones, but it's the positive light that they're throwing on her, which is like all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, I could see this actually happening. What which it was a joke before. She's like somebody that you hid, that they hid away. You know what I mean? Because whenever she talked, she sounded like she was on antidepressants or like something weird. She just doesn't sound presidential, and they hid her. But it's ironic because when Obama was president, they also
did the same thing
with Biden. They used to hide him because he would say something stupid and whatever, and they just kind of hid him and just focused on Obama. And now it's the same thing. They weren't able to lean on her, and then all of a sudden now she's going to potentially be the president of the United States. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what's crazy, and we're not going to really turn this into politics here, but I have noticed the complete and total ramp up of social media blocking everything all of a sudden.
Right.
Oh my God. The last 2 weeks, I think every video that I have posted from every show on the CMS network has been flagged. Every one of them. Every single one of them I'm getting is either a copyright thing or a
this is on Cap and
Cap, CMS, Seth show, the other shows. The other shows are they're not getting hate speech stuff. That's reserved for the CMS, I think. But or the Seth show. The Seth show gets a lot of that too. But every episode of everything now is like if there's 1 second of music, flagged, copyright.
Right.
You've got to and they keep giving me both stupid ass Facebook and stupid YouTube. Give me the option of you can cut it out. So that you have a video that makes no sense. Yeah. So like if me and you are reviewing a video of something and saying, there's this cool new video, every time the video shows, it'll cut it. So it'll be me and you going, here's the new Arch Enemy video. What do you think of that, Eric? Wasn't that great? And the video's gone. It just makes the video just look useless and stupid. And they're doing it on everything. They're just, because we're one of those channels that I'm sure is fucking shadow banned, they're just killing us with this stuff now. Every day I get a warning or I get do you accept our changes that you can't monetize and you can't do this and you can't do that. I'm like, it's fucking YouTube. I don't care. Do whatever.
I had just trying to put on the Fright Bite sizzle reel on Facebook. I had a problem because I'm pretty sure it's because I said that I was putting a link in the comments. Yeah. Like if you say that phrase, you're screwed. Because they're hot onto that now. So now if they even see that, they consider that catfishing or trying to do something. Because I was able to put the video up when I tried a second time without saying that, where I just kind of changed a little bit of what I was saying, but I definitely didn't tell anybody to go to the comments for the link.
They don't want you to direct anybody anywhere else. They don't. Like eventually they'll probably bitch about our screen itself because we have links to the X page and the Rumble page in the graphic. Right now they don't see it, but they probably will at some point. They'll bitch. They'll be like, you can't do that. Can't do that. Can't lead people somewhere else. And
this is AI tightening the bolts in a lot of areas.
Yeah, I don't think it's a person that's reviewing Chris Aiken Presents.
Right. Now I listened to the Classic Metal show this weekend, and I definitely think everybody should check the episode out. It was a great one, and it was about AI, and Chris had used it to make a song for his lyrics for his Scars song. If you're a CMS listener, you know that Chris had written a song some years back called Scars, and he ended up, when he was playing around with the AI, he put in the lyrics, said what kind of music he was looking for, and lo and behold, this thing spits out a song like right away for it. And it was pretty amazing to watch the CMS episode and hear the songs that were going on. And I was like, oh damn, Chris, you gotta, I'm a musician, you gotta like do a little of this.
Well, we'll do some. I've got it right here ready to go whenever we get to it, and I'll pop it on the screen.
Right.
I have to ask you though.
Right.
Does this scare you as a musician?
It did scare me, and then I find, because really just like the internet itself, I didn't quite get it at first. I wasn't like thinking in that way. I thought it was a dumb waste of time emailing people back and forth. I didn't see the potential for the internet back in the 90s or whatever. So I can be short-sighted on that sort of thing. And I've definitely blew off AI making music, because most of the stuff I've heard so far, you can kind of tell something's wrong with it. Like it's swooshes a little weird, or like, but it's getting better and better. And the fact that it can do this stuff with the genres of music, and they've nailed down the lyrics is what was scariest to me. And also I've noticed, aside from the music thing, on my Facebook posts, if it's anything that gets some traction, AI steps in and does a whole breakdown of what my comments and what people are talking about on there. And it's always very well written. I mean, it's like having an amazing staff writer that's working for free. And what was scary was thinking of, as far as losing jobs, this is people that actually have talents losing jobs, writers, where you would think, oh, AI is going to do all our dirty work. No, they're not mowing anybody's lawns. AI is not showing up to help you with your grocery shopping or any of that. This is like taking away, writers, where I could see us like all of a sudden there's not a writer that wrote a news article that you could blame for whatever. It was just a robot wrote it. Yeah. Like it's no longer the human element.
No, and voices sound like human voices.
They do.
Here's my friend Greg Hanthorne, Red. Hello, Red. It scares radio people everywhere. I'll bet it does, because, dude, like the commercials that I run on the show, like I'll play just like 10 seconds of one just so you can get a feel. Like this one here, I did the actual voice of this, like because I wanted it. The one thing they haven't got fully down yet is inflections. Like it just reads everything a little monotone. But the program that I use for voiceover now it's a program called 11 Labs, which people can look that up if they want to. I can take 1 minute and I can do a quick read the way I want it to be, in my voice, and then upload it, and it gives me a list of 50 fucking voices. And then I can just say, yeah, give me Bill's voice. And then it does it. Listen to the voice on this one will work. On this here, this is actually just me doing a read, and then it drops in a voice. Listen.
The biggest and the best heavy metal radio station is CMS Network Now. With over 5,000 heavy metal songs from all the subgenres and eras of metal, it ranges far more than almost any station broadcasting today.
That's just me reading it, and then I threw it up there and I said, yeah, give me James's voice.
Did you instruct it to do those inflections? And
no, it does the exact inflections that I do. It slows it down a little bit. I haven't figured that out yet, because I speak a little faster than that. But it slows it down just a hair. I think maybe to make it clearer, because I do kind of talk like a mushmouth douche sometimes, and it makes it a little cleaner. But dude, this AI is, radio people are going to be unemployed soon. I firmly believe that musicians are going to be, there's a reason they're buying all these catalogs. They're buying the catalogs, and they're going to take Queen. Queen just sold their shit. And they're going to make a voice print of Freddie Mercury, and they're going to make a guitar tone print of Brian May and Roger Taylor, and who's the other guy? I don't remember who the other guy is. But they're going to make prints of how those guys perform, and then they're going to load it into like this Suno thing that I've got on the screen here.
Sure.
And they're going to create new Queen songs.
Right.
And people are going to be like, yeah, sounds good to me. People will eat it up. Musicians are going to be a thing of the past. I honestly think that, but.
Well, there's when it comes to pop though, and even rock, there's a connection to the artist. It's like so much deeper than just the songs. Like they love these people as humans and the things they say and whatever, and they're hanging on their every interview and word. Where if you had a made up robot, it's not, the interest probably isn't going to be as equal to that.
It's interesting that you say that, Eric, because I'm going to disagree with you fully on this.
Okay.
People our age do that.
Oh, I see.
These young kids have not been raised to give a shit about music. Music is periphery to them. It is not forefront. They are not excited about a new album. They are not excited about a new song. It's like, oh, that's cool. You know, that's why if you notice every rap, I mean, rap is the dominant game right now. Mm-hmm. Every rap song is Drake with this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. You know, they just mishmash it all together so that the people will only know a name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'll listen to that.
Well, you know, it's funny you said that because anytime I've tried to listen to modern music, like I'm just not feeling it. Like there's something phony about it, which almost my conspiratorial mind went, man, have we already been hearing this?
I think we have.
Like, are the reason all these songs sound so similarly weird because they've already employed this, and now they're just like, hey guys, now we're gonna let you be able to play with it on your stuff in a lower capacity. But it does seem like all these songs are so similar, and then once you have a recipe like that, it's almost easier to make a collection of stuff for when we do the experiment you and I'll do that you and Neely did, which was fascinating.
Yeah,
where you just give this thing a couple words and it can do its own theme. I mean, I busted ass to do the Chris Akins Presents theme on time for the deadline or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, I had the help of a bandmate, Jay Ulrich, Julius, to come up with the lyrics and the melody. I don't know how long it took him to write that, but AI seems to only take about 4 seconds. If it has an idea what you want to do. But yeah, together with Jay, we did the Chris Akins Presents theme. I know one guy that it resonated well with was Phil Moore, the host
from
of Nickelodeon.
Arcade,
Nick Arcade, which Chris had done a cool thing, and this guy was so excited about the theme song. It was like so cool to hear. He's like, that is the best theme song I've ever got to come on to, you know, before.
Yeah. Dude, that was so fun because I was interviewing him. They're doing a Kickstarter thing for a new docuseries about video games. And, you know, I think most people know in real life I'm involved in that world, in the world of arcades and video games and whatnot. And so, you know, they threw me this interview with Phil Moore, and I was like, yes, of course I'll do that. And so we get all connected to do the interview. And I play the intro because I did it live instead of where I would edit it or anything. I literally just went live with it and played the intro. And he's like stopping me before I could even go forward. He's like, dude, that was amazing.
Right.
I was like, well, that's my partner, Eric.
Right. But, you know, after after seeing the Classic Metal Show episode where you guys were like playing some of the music that they came out with and how easily this thing spits it out, it does devalue things like that where I go, well, technically this thing probably could spit out something as good or better, or I don't know.
Passable is what I'm saying right now.
Right. Passable now, but I mean they may have the
get?
technology. They have the technology, these big record producers of the main spitter outers of the music you hear on the radio, where they're probably already using this, man, because their music they make, it sucks, most of it, and it sounds so phony. It makes me think that, or at least the AI wrote it. Maybe they were able to have somebody recreate what it wrote.
I think in a lot of cases the AI will come up with a song. I've been obsessed on this for a week or so, and I think the AI might just come out with a bunch of lyrics and a melody and a rhythm and a solo and all that, where you guys, and correct me if any of this is wrong, you guys, the Stephen Piercy band, and I'm just using you as an example, but any band could take that and say, okay, this is catchy, and Stephen could take it and say, okay, let me give it new words that are ratified, for lack of a better term. And he could change it from within the format of, you know, here's where it fits and rhymes, and he could change it into his own thing. And with an hour or two of work, you guys could probably all take one of these songs that's already pre-crafted and turn it into something that is very much Stephen Pearcy band.
Right. You could use it for a tool.
Like an outline.
Right, an outline for something like that, certainly. I mean, for years now, working with the digital, workstation, whether it was GarageBand before, now I use Logic. They have a lot of pre-recorded stuff you can do, and actually has like AI drummers where, okay, what kind of drummer are you looking for? Rock, punk, reggae? You can direct it like you're saying. I mean, this is a way dumbed down, probably thing, but I've been using this for years where while I'm writing, because I don't want to take the time to sit there always hitting every kick drum and snare when I'm writing basic rock songs. You know what I mean? I should be able to like get a guy that can drum and pretty much get close to what I want, and then I can maybe manipulate it more from there. So I've been using AI, I guess, in that sense, where this artificial intelligence is reading the time signature. I can tell it to look at some of the music I did. Like if I played an instrument, I could say, hey, focus in on the bass, and play drums to that bass, and then I could change it from there. So I as a musician use that sort of technology as a tool in a way.
Sure.
It was scary, seeing how good it did the lyrics and how fast it spit it out. I will say right now it has very like non-specific voices, where it seems like a lot of new metal was like that. Like everybody kind of had that same, you can't tell who the guy is voice.
Yeah.
It's very clean and whatever. I don't know. It never resonated with me, but if you're a fan of newer music, it'd be scarier because the commercial stuff that people put out, this thing can spit out no problem.
Yeah, it does not take very long at all.
So let's give them a taste. Let's do maybe a new outro for the Chris Aiken Presents, because they know it's not gonna be as good as my one I created with Jay.
So you want to say what, like hard rock song 30?
Well, maybe not hard rock. Oh, well, maybe. I guess if we want to see if it can do something as good. One thing I was going to mention that I didn't get the words out is it could have a library where it's like, I was wondering how many songs you've tried to make to where all of a sudden now it's looped back and it's trying to make a song you've heard already with the lyrics,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I created several accounts so I could do this on various shows.
Oh, okay.
But you can buy a license, and you can create 500 songs a month for $10.
Wow, that's nothing. So no, but out of curiosity, does it say anything further? Like once you've created the songs, you can't have monetization on them because this.
No, it says you can use them. It says you
See,
can
that
use
trips me out because like right now, you're fighting all this monetization problems and copyright strikes, but you're saying we could just not interview real people anymore and just kind of do joke songs every week and just play those and rake in all the money. Is that what we're hearing?
And not only that, dude, when I make these songs, it not only puts together the songs, but it gives me a download button to download an audio version of it or a lyric video. Like I could go right to YouTube with all this stuff and just put it up and, hey, what do you think of my new song?
That seems pretty standard because even as of now, most videos that you put up, it automatically does the closed captioned and it can analyze what's being said and throw it. And for 30 years now, we've had where it puts some kind of screensaver with the music, kind of thing available. This is just like next level. But I think we should have fun with this. We should, we try to do one that would match the Chris Aiken Presents theme that I do, but then I want to do a funny one that would be a different kind of music to just be goofy about it, like country song or something.
Well, let's see. So we want to say what features.
We want to talk about us, right? So it'd have to be Chris Aiken. You want to throw or Chris and Erik, at least our first names.
And Erik.
You could put Mohawk.
Erik has Mohawk.
Right.
We only get 200 characters total, so we're at 76 right now.
I mean, what worked best for you when you said something about a person and then something about
as long as it's positive, it's fine.
Right. So it already hones down where you can't do anything too nasty.
I'll say Chris likes pizza.
Oh, what about eating crickets? How about pizza? Come on, you say crickets. Let's go with crickets.
Chris ate crickets.
Bacon and cheese crickets.
Cheese crickets. Okay. What else?
How many characters is 200 approximately word-wise?
Well, we're at 115 right now.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to update. So, let's see. Eric's at the Beach Mansion West.
Erik is at the Beach Mansion West.
And then something about where you're at.
Chris is in hell. Loves Splawn SS1 guitar. There, we're at 193, so
Okay.
everything seems positive here. Let's give it a try. So I got a hard rock song, 30 seconds or less, so that we could use it as an outro.
Right.
Features Chris and Erik. Erik has mohawk. Chris ate bacon and cheese crickets. Erik is at the Beach Mansion West. Chris is in hell. Loves Splawn SS1 guitar.
Right.
Erik.
This would seem like it would be terrible, wouldn't work.
Yeah. Erik. So it doesn't give me credit for the guitar. All right, let's see what we get here. It's thinking. It's not rejecting yet.
Oh, it might
reject. There it comes.
Oh.
Yeah, if you get words it doesn't like, it rejects. But
interesting. Okay,
it's already coming back with the Hellbound Beach. And
I had a thought too.
I
thought, what if there's a parallel universe or an afterlife where previous singers died and they're trapped in the machine and they're being forced to write these songs? That'd be an interesting movie, right?
Yeah. All right, you want to hear Hellbound Beach, our new song?
Oh my God, yes.
All right, here we go. That quick, it's ready to go.
Erik with his mohawks fighting wild. Beach Mansion West living like a child. Chris ate those crickets, man, he's in hell. Dreams of bacon and cheese, now he fell. Erik's gone, SS1 screams loud. Guitar riffs echo through the crowd. Chris trapped in flames, crying out why. Hell's fires burn until he dies.
It's definitely longer than 30 seconds, but okay.
Erik's riffs shaking the sand. Crickets on Chris, man, he can't stand. Beast and brimstone worlds apart. Guitar gods, rip your heart. Erik's phone, SS1 screams loud. Guitar riffs echo through the crowd. Chris trapped in flames, crying out why. Hell's fires burn until he dies. Erik's wrist shaking the sand. Cricket's hot, Chris, man, he can't stand. Beats to brimstone, worlds apart. Guitar gods, rip your heart.
A lot of big guitar in this. All right, it goes on and on. This is another minute of this.
Wow. Incredible.
Erik's
on SS1!
You want to hear the alternative version? He made two versions.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Here's the other version.
Erik with his mohawk strutting wild. Beach Mansion West living like a child. Chris Chris ate those crickets, man, he's in hell.
Yeah.
Dreams of bacon and cheese, now he fell. Eric's blown SS1 screams loud. Guitars echo through the crowd. Chris trapped in flames, crying out wide. Hell's fires burn until he dies. Eric's riffs shake in the sand. Crickets haunt Chris, man, he can't stand. Beach and brimstone, worlds apart. The dark gods rip your heart.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, is it great? No, but is it passable?
Well, it's definitely passable in like the like somebody was saying earlier, the radio industry, you know, like
Yeah.
it sounds like Boot World, you know, or whatever, like a commercial you would hear for a product, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, because I'll tell you, you know, it's funny. Are you familiar with Boot World?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I remember in San Diego in the 90s when I was like doing a local band recording, and like the chick or something that sang it was doing a session and was like doing that something for that commercial, I think.
Sure.
In there. And I just, you know, I'm thinking of like stuff like that. You wouldn't need to pay somebody like her anymore, because it could
No.
just give that bland kind of Nickelback sound or whatever, whoever you wanted, really. I mean, you probably have to pay to use a certain artist voice that the record label owns.
I'm sure there's be some licensing there, but you could get something
Right.
close to it.
No, I'm already all the guitar players that use the you know, the fake amps and stuff, we're already using Slash's tone and Kirk Hammett's tone and whoever, Joe Satriani's guitar tone. Like they have these that they've made
Sure.
where people can put it into their little box, and you know, as far as that everything's good for me, and I've used a lot of these technologies up until you get to the vocal part where it's like writing the lyrics and the melody lines, and you're like, that sounds pretty good. Again, nothing that I like that I would consider good in a rock world, like stuff like that. There is music like that. I don't like it.
Yeah, there's no grit to it, but
Right.
and if you go to the heavy metal, this thing goes way over the edge. Like it goes from this to death metal. Like
Which-
it really
that
they
I
don't
heard-
have that middle.
You had played something that was pretty brutal where I went, wow. But you know, a lot of that stuff that bands put out, it seems like they do kind of create it in a fake world and then find a drummer that can play it later.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of thing. Like it's these crazy things they program or whatever. And then, okay, dude, can you play this? And then there's like a couple dozen drummers that are that good that could replicate what they did on these machines. But they don't use those drummers in the studio usually. They do. Most of these metal bands definitely program those drums to get perfect kick drum blast beats and stuff like that. You know, it's they don't need to have somebody come in to be a studio guy, but live they do.
Sure.
I heard you mention something else that I didn't necessarily agree with. You were talking about the Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
The Oculus, and I've tried that thing, and it's okay for a second. I don't think it's human nature that whenever a kid is born, the next baby that's born tomorrow, there's going to be something inside of them that wants to cohabitate with their people somewhere, that they're going to want to like go and actually smell a different somewhere. Otherwise you're in a prison. You know what I mean? Like they want to go be a part of the energy. They want to feel it. They want to smell it. They want a dangerous ride to the venue. They want to live life. Just when you're safe and at home and not do anything, I think they would yearn for something more, regardless if they're born in the future.
Of kids, half of them don't even want to drive. They're comfortable. They're comfortable getting into a group chat on Discord while playing video games. They do that the way we used to go to house parties. They're not looking to go out, man. They're not.
So you're saying that whenever they've gone to like a concert experience, they didn't enjoy it and preferred.
I'm not saying they didn't enjoy it, but a lot of them, and again, don't take my word for it. Ask kids that you know or parents of kids that are in their 20s right now, and it's not that they don't enjoy it, but a lot of them will come back to you and say, "Man, that took a lot of time." They don't like for us, dude. Was there ever a concert that was too long?
No, I mean,
No, you were like,
Not when
we
you're
got
young.
there. We got there when we were at 5 o'clock, so
Sound
we
check.
could drink beer for 2 hours in the
Right.
parking lot before
Yeah.
we went in.
and young people is who we're talking about here, because notoriously people over 50 don't usually spend money anywhere. Like you stop once you become a family man and whatever, you don't have the luxuries like young people do. They typically market things to 5 to 25 year olds. Once you're past that, you're not who they're concerned with. These are the ones that are spending money. That now I'm I don't know if I fully agree. I think that there's just something about being somewhere with a group of people. There's an energy. We're electric human beings, and we feel it when we're around a bunch of people in a concert setting.
I
Now-
don't disagree, but I'll just argue. I'll make the argument back to that point. Name the arena level band of the last 10 years.
You're all, I'm all high as hell. I'm like, I can't think of anything right now.
There's
Arena
none.
in the last 10 years, you said?
Yeah, last 10 years. Because that would be this generation that's been raised on computers,
Right.
games. And there's not
Yeah,
one.
they're always a part of a festival, it seems like, or something. Yeah, I don't know.
There's not a band. There's not a Metallica out there where you got to, holy shit, the Warning's coming to town. I got to get my tickets. I got to be out there early. I got to get the meet and greet so that I could go to sound check. There's not that anymore. That day is done.
That's sad to hear for them. I mean, I'm glad. I guess what would you say, the 30 and up still like concerts? Like, are you
Well,
talking
that's
just-
it. Yeah, the 30 and up. I would say 30. I mean, dude, you can tell me, not me tell you. You're at shows. You're playing shows. What's the crowd?
Well, I mean, I don't understand why we've been playing for such good crowds. I don't know why. I mean, especially after being this band for 25 years and knowing 20 years ago how awful it was playing for just a couple people. They did like a rap behind the music or something for MTV, and they actually showed a clip of Piercy's band, and there was like 3 people walking around. They made it look really pathetic.
Sure.
Back then. And now you see us all these fucking years later, and we're playing these huge shows. I don't understand it.
But who's in the crowd?
There are some people that are in their
20s or
kids,
whatever. Sure.
Some of these people bring their kids to the show, and if it's like a state fair, there's certainly a lot of young people there kind of seeing what's going on. What they think about it, I mean, some of them are into it. I mean, the majority of people for Stevens, I would say, are over 50 for the majority of them.
And if you think about those the bands that still draw
Right.
anywhere from 2,000 to 50,000 people, they're all older.
Yeah.
They're all the only band that I quite honestly, the only relevant today band that draws on that level is Taylor Swift.
Right.
That's the only one. There's
That's
no
a super manufactured thing going on there,
but I mean that's the only one. There's not everybody else that draws big is Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Rolling Stones, Pearl Jam, U2.
It's
old
like the same top fab four of each genre. Here's a band I noticed that was playing the Brick by Brick in San Diego, which shocked me because I thought they were way bigger than that. Like the Brick by Brick is a venue that they'd be hard pressed to pay anybody more than 5 G's.
Okay.
Even that. I mean, they do a lot of like tribute bands, probably local bands.
Sure.
Anyway, My Chemical Romance.
Wow, really?
I was like, yeah, no shit. This place barely holds like 200 people. You know what I mean?
shit,
Like, they're
they following
playing the
them.
Brick by Brick. Like I thought they were a way bigger band that younger people.
They
were.
used to be. Maybe they broke up for a while and are coming back. And
I mean, the picture looked like the old picture of them. I don't know.
well, that don't mean nothing. It doesn't even mean that that's the guys that are going to show up.
Right.
You know how that goes, dude. How many advertisements have advertised Stephen Piercy and it shows fucking Juan and Robin on them?
Who knows? No, we got to get back to this AI thing for a
Yeah,
second.
that's
'Cause it's
fine.
just funny. Now that first song that it did was pretty cool, and I think you're able to save these, right?
Yeah, I've got them.
Yeah. So I think for fun, like some of the outro to some of our shows, you could spit out one of the AI ones we've done
Sure.
as well, just to change it up here and there, or when we go to a commercial break or something, like spit them in. I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's fine.
And we'll play with it more as time goes.
Yeah.
So let's try like different lyrics and
Right.
a different.
I'm going to just address this real quick. Jim, I love Night Demon. I love them, but they're not a fucking arena band. They're a club band.
Night
They're
Demon.
at
I thought that was a
200
movie.
No, it's a good band. They're kind of out of that whole Iron Maiden Motorhead sound, but they're new.
Right.
But they're not going to draw more than 500 people. They're just
Right.
not. Love them. I'm a huge fan, but that doesn't mean nothing. I'm one guy, and I'm old.
What's weird is, like we were saying, the creation of some of this fake ass music and stuff, and then they have to use all these tools to fake it, and then live the people aren't really playing. It's a weird world we're living in,
Yeah, it is.
and I could totally see where AI has had a hand in these artists that we've been seeing for the last 5 or 10 years. Otherwise, how are these guys able to write that many damn songs? Like that guy in Sweden or whatever who writes all the Katy Perry's and all that, pretty much
Sure.
every like pop artist, it's the same dude in Sweden or something.
Yeah, that Frederick Nordstrom or what's his name, Butch Walker or one of those, all those
like
guys.
how is he it takes time to create a song, let alone writing all the songs for these people and have them all be hits. Like it seems like they've had a sorcerer, get rustle up a demon on through the internet and like create a program to trap these old musical souls to spit this stuff out. I don't know how it does it. It's like we should ban it immedially. No, let's have fun with it. I want to try a different genre of music for Chris Aiken's thing. Well, let's name some characters from the show. We'll put Chris Aiken, of course, Chris Aiken, and you can just say Erik because my last name's so long. I'll take up a whole thing. But Stoic Steve, Count Cracula,
Chris, Erik, Stoic, Steve, Count Cracula.
Who else we got? Sugar
Exploder.
Smack, Exploder, Sugar Smack. Are we missing anybody?
I think that's all of them.
Okay, so we got them. We put Fright Bite. Watching the Fright Bite. I don't know. We got stuff that kind of goes with our show. I worked really good with the cricket thing before.
Watching Fright Bite. What else can we say here?
Where are we at? I can't see that.
Only 87.
Oh, okay, cool. And of course, the fans, if you have stuff you think we should put in too, I'm gonna make my thing full screen so I can see it a little better. Okay. So you're at 87. Charlie Cat. Yeah. Okay. And then My Chemical Romance is still playing arenas, guys. Google it. Well, they're playing the goddamn Brick by Brick at my house for 200 people. I don't know what's going on.
Might be a warm up.
Maybe
it's a warm up.
Trying out some new material.
Yeah. Maybe it's a tribute band too.
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm reading that wrong, and it's a tribute to My Chemical Romance because it didn't make. I'm gonna relook that up, so I don't sound like a fool. All right, back to our song. So, should we say something about vaping
every Tuesday?
Something about me vaping. What's something you do?
Erik vapes. Chris eats.
Yeah. Chris eats too much.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say that because then it'll flag it for being insulting.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Chris likes to eat
every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'll just say at 8 p.m.
I think we could fill it with better stuff.
Well, what do you want to fill it with?
What's some other things?
Still got 50.
I know. I'm a little slow right now, but this is fun. I want to make it cool, like stuff that would more describe the show, perhaps
Comedy,
right?
Skits, music news, pop culture.
Why am I drawing a blank on what to tell this thing to do about our show?
Movies and TV.
Right. Okay.
That's 195.
Okay, that's pretty close. And then for a last one, put worms.
Worms.
I was just thinking of something you can do with 5 letters. How many letters is
worm.
that? W-O
200 of 200.
Okay.
I got 2 because we had the space. TV.
Right.
Worm.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
All right.
So
Oh, wait,
this
no,
is-
before you go, what kind of music? I want to do something funny like a
I can't
country
change
song.
it. I got to cut something out to do that.
Oh, you do?
You want it to be a country song?
If you cut something out, cut out the Tuesday at 8 p.m. That was dumb.
All right, let's see. Tuesday at 8 p.m. We'll say country. Country style. Country style, comma. All right, let's see what we get.
All right.
The writers are hard at work behind the scenes.
Good, because I was just like, blah, 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 blah. I can't think of anything to write. But I have had a long day myself.
I've got Fright Bite Nights coming together.
Country Fright Bite. And it hasn't kicked it back yet.
No, it's done.
Fright Bite Night. It's calling it Fright Bite Nights.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Let's hear what we got.
Oh my God, this is gonna be
Here
great.
we go.
All right.
Chris and Erik in the dark, Steve and Crackula play their part. Watching Fright Bite on the screen, comedy allows the biggest scene. Sugar smack with the jokes, exploders, punchline pokes. Charlie Cat with clever wit, music, news, and every skit. Fright Bite Nights under moonlight, TV One, let's take flight. Comedy and pop so bright, movies and news feels just right.
This is so dumb, but it's
It
funny.
is pretty dumb.
Erik vapes a cloud of haze, Chris eats while the skits amaze. Stoic Steve's got a grin, Count Crackula lets the fun begin. Fright Bite Nights under moonlight,
So stupid.
TV One, let's take flight. Comedy and pop so bright, movies and news feels just right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that one. You want to hear the alternative take?
Yes.
All right, let's try the alternative take. Here we go.
Chris and Erik in the dark, Steve and Crackula play their part. Watching Fright Bite on the screen, comedy laughs at the biggest scene. Sugar smack with the jokes, exploders, punchline pokes. Charlie Cat with clever wit, music, news, and every skit. Fright Bite Nights under moonlight, TV One, let's take flight. Comedy and pop so bright, movies and news feels just right. Erik fakes a cloud of haze, Chris eats while the skits amaze. Stoic Steve's got a grin, Count Crackula lets the fun begin. Fright Bite Nights under moonlight, TV One, let's take flight. Comedy and pop so bright, movies and news feels just right. Yeah. Erik fakes a cloud of haze, Chris eats while the skits amaze. Stoic Steve's got a grin, Count Crackula lets the fun begin.
Wow.
Hey, dude, it just does it in like a minute, less than
Right.
a minute.
I mean, it would take such a long time to try to even write a funny song
Yeah, this is just
that made
shitting it
sense. Yeah, and it has like pretty clever stuff. I don't know how it does it. It's weird.
out. Yeah, it's AI, man. I hate to say it, but Skynet is coming true right in front of our eyes.
But there's there's something about the music. It does sound like the garbage that's on the radio, whatever genre you're listening to. But it's just that, like, to my ears, I just can't get into it for some reason. To where there's,
but
an organic
where
thing
it's
that I
starting
do.
from too,
right? Oh, internally, yeah. Where young people they might just like this. I know. Can we do a rap version? Because.
We can do the same song. We'll just change it to rap style.
Because rap is the biggest crap music, right? And it's really good at doing the rap thing.
Gangsta rap. I need to get rid of 3 letters. I'll get rid of TV worm because I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
But we'll just change it to gangsta rap style. Gangsta rap style.
Right.
Make 2 more.
This is incredible.
It is. It's so fast. All right, here it comes. Pop culture night.
That's what they're calling it.
Yep, rhythmic hip hop. And again, this is just some cheap, shitty freeware. This is not the good stuff.
Right.
The good stuff would be way better than this. All right, let's hear what the rappers have to say about our characters.
Okay.
Erik Babes, Chris Eats, Snowing Steve on the beats, Count Cracula flights, Sugar Smacks, late night bites.
Late night bites.
Explorers, wild scenes, comedy skits in between, music, news, and pop trends, movies, it never ends. Watching Fight with Charlie Cat, late night laughs, how about that? Pop culture ride, hold on tight, every moment such a sight. Charlie scans the latest flicks, Erik cracks his fake tricks, Cody skits are on the move, pop culture's got the groove. Lights down low, screens glow, Chris Munch crunch sounds flow. Fright, fight, scares, then we chill, counting thrills with every kill. News and tunes always on, Explorer keeps the dawn, using news in the zone, pop culture curtains drawn.
All right, that's that one.
I like that one.
That's pretty good.
The only thing I didn't like was how it called it Pop Culture Nights, but otherwise everything sounded cool.
Let's try the other version. Maybe the other version's even better. Who knows?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Erik Babes, Chris Eats, Story Steve on the beats, Count Cracula's flights, Sugar Smacks, late night bites, Exploders, wild scenes, comedy skits in between, music, news, and pop trends, movies it never ends. Watching Fright Fight with Charlie Cat, late night lots about that. Pop culture ride, hold on tight, every moment such a sight. Charlie scams the latest flicks, Erik cracks his fake tricks, comedy skits are on the move, pop culture's got the groove. Lights down low, screens glow, Chris Munch crunch sounds flow. Fright bite scales, then we chill, counting thrills with every kill. News and tunes always on, Exploder keeps the dawn, Sugar Smacks in the zone, pop culture curtains drawn.
Sounds like a theme to
I like it.
to like a Rob Zombie movie or something.
That one worked pretty good. It works when he does it. Oh, good you saved these. You got to cut them in.
Oh yeah, I've got them all.
Episodes.
Yeah,
we could have this be part of the show every week. We could just have a bit where we,
or
make
we could
a
have the
stupid
fans.
song.
You know what? How about here? I'll throw this out there. If you would be so kind, Erik, the next person that signs up for Erik Ferentinos' page, we will give them the direction to write the next song.
There you go.
And we'll bring it together next week on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Can you keep track of that somehow? Can you track
I think
who the next
so.
person
I mean,
is?
I have a whopping 37 members right now, so I guess it's the 38th person.
Whoever
that
signs up
is.
next over at Erik Ferentino's Facebook,
That's right.
you can create next week's song on the show.
There
You can
go.
give us the points and tell us what style you'd like, and we'll make it.
The only thing we'll put in there is the Chris and Erik part, and then you got the other
150 characters or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Good idea, Chris. I like how
there
you
we go.
think.
Well, since they're not going to do any fucking super chats, we'll make our money other ways. We'll do it that way. But
I know
All
what
right.
it is. They're like, "Oh, you live at the beach. You're multimillionaire. I'm not giving you any
Please.
money."
Right.
I rent, people. I rent.
That's right. All right, let's get out of here. My little short show is 2 hours long.
Great show. Great show.
This is fun. But all right, where are you going to be, sir? Are you out playing this week? Or what are
Well,
you doing?
yes, and I gave some misinformation a few weeks back. I thought I was playing the Buffalo Chip, but that's what I was confusing, and I'm not. We're playing the Iron Horse at Sturgis, which I'm not
Okay.
sure what that is. I was hoping it was going to be the Buffalo, but I saw Quiet Riot played there and had a great show there. But anyways, we're heading out to Sturgis, and that show's Friday, and then Saturday we're playing Billings, Montana, the Montana State Fair.
Nice.
Stephen Piercy's Rat 2024.
That's very cool. So get out there, get your tickets, and be out there. Don't be lame and try and wait for this stuff to do Stephen Piercy music.
Right.
Go see it live while you can, because it may not be that much longer. I mean, Stephen is while he's healthy as hell, he is 95 years old or something.
I know my wheels are turning. I'm like, how can we do a Stephen Piercy tribute, 15 years from now, where it's his voice and a thing kind of like the Dio. Right?
Well, if Juan can do the other voice of Rat, can't you be the other voice of Stephen Piercy?
It's the
then?
AI voice of Rat.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, of course, Erik will be there. I will be in my normal haunts. I'll be on the Seth Williams Show tomorrow. I will be on the Classic Metal Show on Saturday. I'll be back on the Seth Williams Show on Monday. So that's where I will be. And I think that is enough for you fine folks. I think we've given you more than we were supposed to. And we didn't even charge you. We didn't make one fucking super chat either. So suck it. We gave it to you for free.
Now we're going to have to eat crickets. We're going to have to eat
Yeah,
crickets.
no kidding. I'm going to save these because I can't afford to buy a fucking sandwich. Mm-hmm. So, all right, we are done for this show, the Chris Aiken Presents show. I am Chris Aiken.
And I'm Erik Ferentino.
And we will see you next Tuesday. See you, folks.